Athletics Play this morning, talking to Simon Corney. Simon, summer break's underway and we don't always see the players at all, and one we won't be seeing is Kieran Lee.
That's for sure. Kieran Lee has officially signed for Sheffield Wednesday, although they would not confirm that, otherwise it means he'd have to pay his wages starting from now. But yes, he's gone, and I'm very sad because Kieran was a great player for us. Lovely, lovely lad. Could not have had a better servant for the club. Gave us 3 or 4 years, Gordon? 4 years of excellent service, and we wish him the best. You can't compete with the kind of wages Sheffield Wednesday are paying. If I told you, you would not believe me. And he has to take his opportunity. It's not that we didn't try and keep Kieran, because we did. On 4 or 5 occasions we approached him about signing a new contract, and he was advised by his agent not to. And that's what agents bring to the game. I won't say much more about it, but we're sad to see him go, but you have to give him his credit and wish him the best.
Have we any other news on any of the other players? Chris Taylor, Robbie Simpson, Philip Murray?
No news on any of them. I know Paul is talking to Robbie Simpson and to Jim Wazlowski. I don't think Chris Taylor will be here. I think Chris wants to go and play at a higher level. Whether or not he's got anything, I don't think he has at the moment. And it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for everybody, both at this level and at championship level. So, again, I wish Chris the best. I hope he does find somewhere, but it's not going to be easy for him. And I'm sure Paul is talking to 1 or 2 other players as well. But the manager doesn't always tell me who he's talking to, just in case I stick my nose and give my opinion.
As well as old players, the fans, of course, will be interested in new players. What calibre of new players we're looking for, Simon?
We're looking. Paul has a list of about 40 players. That's what he showed me the other day. Some very good names on there. It won't be easy, but having said that, a lot of clubs are cutting their finances, and I think we're going to be surprised by the calibre of play that ends up here. I don't want Paul to panic. I think that there are going to be a lot of players available in the middle to end of July. We don't start the season till towards the end of August anyway. And I think if we are prepared to just perhaps be relaxed about the whole situation, then we will get some great bargains. Players are expecting £2,000 now. We'll be very lucky to get £1,200 at the beginning of August. So a club like ourselves has to look for bargains. We know that. We have to be clever about it. We have been in the past, and I think we can do it again.
There's rumours abound as well that there may be changes at boardroom level.
Yes, there are going to be 1 or 2 changes. I can't say much more than that, Gordon, at the moment, but there will be changes. I think at every club, they look to see what's gone on in the past, and they try and make changes to make things better for the club. And if we have to do that, we'll do that. So I'll probably make an announcement in the next 3 or 4 weeks on that.
And pre-season friendlies, there's rumours of a trip to Portugal.
Yeah, that's right. Paul has, every year since he's been here, wanted to take the boys away for a pre-season camp, and I think it's a very good idea. We've never had the finances to do it, and we still don't have the finances to do it, but Paul has twisted my arm and he's asked to take it out of the budget, and I've agreed to do that. So he's going to go away, I think, on the 13th of July for a week to Portugal, which will be very exciting for the players, and it is important for them to bond. I know some people say, well, do they need another holiday? But it will be hard work. They'll be training 2, if not 3 times a day. It will be the conditions will be great, and hopefully they come back refreshed, relaxed, and ready to go again.
You're touching on finances, news on season tickets. You're happy with them? Balancing off against that, the loss of Sheffield Wednesday, perhaps Huddersfield?
Yeah, it's going to be tough next year. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but we know it's going to be tough. Season ticket sales are up. They're up actually by about 30%. But obviously that's in view of the fact we have a £10 season ticket for under 16s, which in effect is free. So the numbers are up, but we are down in terms of actual figures. We're down £130,000 on season ticket sales from last year, which is, it's a big blow. It's hard to understand where that money's going to come from, but we have to get on with it. There's nothing we can do. We're very grateful to the fans that have renewed their season tickets or bought season tickets for the first time. And we're going to have to find some way to plug the gap. If you think about it, you mentioned Sheffield Wednesday and Sheffield United. We lose Sheffield Wednesday. They've got promoted to the Championship. That in itself is a loss of anywhere between £70,000 and £80,000. And if Huddersfield or Sheffield United go up, obviously one of them will, it's probably another £50,000 or £60,000 loss as well because of the gates that they bring. If you add to that the fact that we lose Chesterfield, we lose Rochdale, that's also something which we have to take into account. And in their place, we're getting some southern softy. I have no idea who's coming up or who's coming down, but it's not going to be as good as what we've got at the moment. So it's a huge swing, I suppose if we're talking about finances, we add to the fact we're going to lose £250,000 on TV money. It's probably a swing of anywhere between £600,000 and £700,000 from this year. So it's worrying, it's troublesome, but I do know that a lot of other clubs are facing the same situation, so they will cut their budget accordingly as well.
You've had a shock also from the Football League about pensions.
Yeah, don't get me started. We got a letter from the Football League on Tuesday of last week. It was informing us that Oldham Athletic have to make a contribution of over £100,000 a year to a pension deficit scheme. When Neil told me, it absolutely knocked the wind out of me. If you can imagine, Gordon, that represents a quarter of our season ticket money has gone on paying a pension fund from 20 years ago. It includes previous managers, and more alarmingly, it includes some staff from the past and directors, and I really don't understand it, and it's a massive blow to the club. That really, I can deal with the Sheffield Wednesdays, I can deal with all the other bits and pieces because that's part and parcel of football, you get used to it. But this, out of nowhere, it has just really shaken me a great deal, and it's going to have a big impact. As I say, Gordon, 1/4 of our season ticket money goes towards paying a pension from 20 years ago, something that the club entered into when it was in the Premier League and is now suffering from. And it may double again. We've been advised that may double, that figure may double in the near future. So it's very, very worrying, and I'm concerned greatly.
And money going out the back door like that, it really sets the stadium plans back.
I'd like to think it doesn't. We have a programme, things are starting to leak out. We do have some news to report, but we're keeping it close to our chest at the moment. We have no choice. But I'd like to think within the next 6 to 8 weeks we'll be able to announce some good news. But this doesn't help, but it shouldn't really have an impact because I'm trying to keep the two things separate if I can.
And finally, are you going away this summer, or haven't you got the time?
I'm going to Royton for a week. No plans. No plans at the moment. I'll be in Oldham most of the summer, trying to get things right for next year. It's a challenge. It's a challenge every year. It's a particularly hard challenge this year, but we just get on with it. And as I say, we've got a great hardcore, great fan base that come every year and buy the season tickets. And it's not easy for people, I know. And it's not easy for me. It's not easy for them. But together we'll be okay. We'll get through the season as we always do.
Simon, thanks for talking to us.
Cheers, Gordon. Thank you, Billy.